Okay, so we're going to have a look here at how you would go about doing the in-class practice 2 for the HTML template. And what it asks you to do here is to create an HTML document with all of these parts in it. So over here I have my editor, and I'm using the Visual Studio Code editor, Visual Studio Code, which is, this is their icon for it. And I'm just going to start out with, well, get right into it, right? So I've got my doc type equals HTML. I'm going to have my HTML tags, and that should get me started. HTML, and so I'm just going to stop right there because you'll notice that it's not really helping me out much because I haven't saved the file yet. So I'm going to go and save that. So let's say save as, and you know what, I probably need to have a nice folder to put this in, but I think I got a nice folder. So I got a practice website there, desktop miscellaneous. Oh, well, that's kind of an ugly place to put it, actually. All right, practice exercise 1. I'm going to put in the same folder as the practice exercise 1, I guess. Yes, so I'm going to save this as, okay, so when I go to save it, practice 2.html. Make sure that you put the HTML in it, and make sure that you change this to HTML as the type of file. So I was looking for my HTML, there it is. And so I got to make sure that the extension is HTML, make sure that the type is HTML. Now when I do that, the colors start coming. This is not quite right. When I did my typing, I see that I put a 1 there instead of a exclamation mark. So that's better. Okay, so now I'm ready to start with these other parts. So it says that we need to have a head. So I'm having problems with spelling, aren't I? So there's my head, that's going to go there. And it wants us to have a body. So the body's going to go after the head. And it wants us to have a title. A title is going to go inside the head. That's far enough. And so for this title, I'm going to call it practice exercise 2. So I've got our head title, it's going to have a meta. Probably wants to put in the meta a so what? Probably about the well, there it is there, the character set UTF-8. So let's just do that. Meta char set equals UTF-8 dash 8, and that's fine. So that's a tag that didn't come with a pair. The tag on its own. So we got so we're just going down the list here. Meta. Then we got our body. Inside the body, we're going to have a header. What the text is we're going to put in there, so I'll just do that for now. I can edit it later. Then we're going to have a nav. So nav tag, that's where we're going to put any hyperlinks to other pages. We're going to have a main inside the body. That's fine. It's a better use of a main. And then we're going to have a footer. And all right, so now if I have a look at this, okay, oh, they want to call it template. All right, so I should save this as template. So I'm going to do a file, save as, and I'm going to call it template, not practice 2, just so that it's the way they want it to be. Template, and I'll delete the practice 2 later on. All right, so we got the template, we got the HTML to do that. Inside the body tag, insert 2 new lines. And what are those 2 lines? We're going to have a header. Do we not have a header? Yeah, we do. Oh, okay, so yeah, this is going step by step. We've already done a lot of these steps. So we've got to go down there. Got the nav, got the header, got the footer, got all that. And enter the text, your name, in the title, your name template. Instead of practice exercise 2, this is going to be, the title is going to be your name template. Name template. That's the title. Enter a comment. So we're going to have some kind of comment, maybe in the head. Well, why not? So comments are like this, exclamation mark, dash, dash. This is my comment. Oh, and I'll just say this was created. And you see the comment is coming up as a green color. It's not going to be, and you saw that the end of the comment was automatically added when I opened the comment. Okay, so the header is supposed to say Doha Camel Doha Camel something or other. Camel. I thought it said cruises, but why would you have a thing called Camel Cruises? Right? Where is it? Doha Camel. Okay. Title tag. Lisa's template. Your name template. Oh, okay. Your name template. That's supposed to say your name. I'm going to put Mark. Mark's template. Okay. In the header, dohaCamelAdventures. Go down to Sea Line on a weekend. There's a lot of camels down there. You can have plenty of adventures. You don't have to book or anything. Just go and ride. I think you have to give them 10 real or something. Okay, what do we got here? It's hard to see that. It's so small. Let me make it a little bigger. Use this nav area. So, okay, in the nav, we're going to say home, and we're going to put some non-breaking spaces. Yeah, okay. So I'm just going to do that in the nav. Home and non-breaking spaces. Ampersand is this thing. Ampersand N non-breaking NB SP non-breaking space. Ampersand non-breaking space. So what that does is it just adds a space. I think I told you that if you it's supposed to have a semicolon beside each of those, and I didn't put it in the first one, so I got to do that. That in HTML, there's no white spaces by just hitting the space bar or something. If you want to have a white space, you have to physically put in a space. And so one of the ones that we can do is that we can put in a break, which is BR, or we could put in this one here is going to give us a couple of spaces. So what this will do is it'll put it on the same line. So it's not moving to a new line. To move to a new line, we have to put a BR. But this is just going to give us a couple of spaces. And so we've got these other ones there that we're going to do. Same as that, it says, but with directions and contact us. So let's do that. Directions and contact us. I'm kind of lazy, so I don't want to type all this again, so I'm just going to copy it. Control C and paste it. Control V and paste it. Control V. And is there another one that I got to do after that? Okay, so then we're going to have the footer. I'm kind of running out of space here. Maybe I need to make a bigger window. All right, so in the footer section, we're going to do this this copyright thing. So this ampersand copy, that's going to bring up the copyright symbol, which is a C. And so, hey, I can copy that. Let's do it. Oh my gosh. So I saved myself typing. Right on. There we go. Copy that. It's like in the army. Copy that. Charlie Bravo, copy that. There we go. So we got that copied in there. Ampersand copy. I'm not sure that this is exactly right. I think maybe that's supposed to be a semicolon. And we will find out. We will see. I probably is exactly like that. And blah, blah, blah. And so let's see. And the next one is we're going to put in the Doha Camel Tours, their email address. So this footer, I'm going to pull that down a bit. So the BR is going to put this other thing on the new line. So the footer is going to have two lines at least. There's going to be email address is going to be included in it. And again, I don't feel like typing it out, so I'm just going to copy it and paste it. Probably almost as fast to copy it out, to type it out. But there we go. Save the file. Run the file in Chrome. Okay, so file save. We've already done the save as, right? And so that's saved. If I go and find the file now, so I can go to not Dropbox, the desktop, and it was in the where are you? Practice. Where are you? Practice. Where are you? I don't see it. Practice there. There's a zip there, but I know it's here. Practice exercise 1. There. And we've got this thing called template. So that's what we've just finished doing. Double click, and all right. So it's not very nice. Doesn't look like the header. Were we supposed to style this at all? The copyright worked though. All right, so you have to admit that. And you see the 2 spaces between each of the things here, between home, directions, and contact us. That all worked, but it's just not very fancy, very nice. Okay, that's because we haven't finished, right? So that's right here. We see this. Now save the template. Okay, now we're going to save it again. Give it another name and call it Doha Camel HTML. Okay, so let's go back into our editor, which is this one. We're going to save it again. So that's a template which we can use all the time. Do save as, and we do this a lot in HTML editing. Is we reuse the code, copy and paste. It works a lot. So, and that helps with the consistency that I was telling you about in a previous lesson. The problem is I'm looking for the name that it asked me to save it as, which I can't remember, but I think it was like Doha Camel or something. I can change it if I have to with a file rename. And let's just make sure it's got that HTML on it. Yeah, okay, so we're going to call this one Doha Camel. Yeah, pretty good guess. All right, so place the insertion point after the beginning body tag and hit the enter and create what? Create a new line. Use the P tag and type welcome. All right, so after the body, we want a new line. You want the code to open? No, I don't. I don't want to open anything. I just want to keep editing. So in here, we want to put a P tag. And in the P tag, we want to put this stuff about the Doha Camel stuff. And so I don't feel like typing that. As you see, I don't type it much today. So I'm not typing that. But I will paste it in there. And don't even worry about how it stretches over the lines. Don't like it how it stretches over the lines? No problem. Bring it back like that. This will all be on one line because I haven't, if I wanted to be on 2 lines, it'd have to be a BR. So this shows how that works. I don't want that stretched out all over the place. So in my editor, I brought it down to 2 lines, but it's not in 2 lines. All right, on a new line, H1, interesting camel facts. Oh, really? So that's not in the header, I don't think. It's not in the nav. I think it must be in the main. So I think that's where it wants it to do this, right? Yeah, we're good. Well, that's where I'm going to do it. In the main. Oh, hold on. This was the hold on. The main. We need to have a H1. Yeah, let's do that. H1, and this is going to be our Doha CamelAdventures. I think. It's weird. Yeah. Okay, so sorry, I got a bit out of the in the wrong place, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to fix that here now. Doha Camel. I missed this bit. Adventures. And this stuff here, um, this stuff here, it shouldn't just be in the body. It should be in the main, I'm pretty sure. Oh, we got a header which says dohaCamelAdventures. Okay, so no problem. So I'm going to cut this, and I'm going to paste it into the main. And the dohaCamelAdventures is not going to be repeated, but instead I shall, inside the header, I'll make that bolded by putting the H1 there. Cut that tag and put it around the other. And there we go. So that should, okay, so now we've got that. Now the next thing is we've got this thing called a unordered list. There's two types of lists. There's an ordered list and an unordered list. We can tell it's an unordered list because it doesn't have any numbers. If it was an ordered list, you'd have numbers. So we're going to put in this data, or this text here, we're going to put it as an unordered list. I still don't feel like typing it all out, so I'm still going to just copy and paste it in there. But you shall see, look at this dohaCamel thing. It's supposed to be in the footer too. Don't know how it got outside the footer. So let's copy and paste this stuff, and I will have to edit it because you can't just put stuff like this into a, can't just put stuff like that into a document. It won't work. So kind of looks like I lost something off the end of this, and I don't want to lose stuff off the end of it. So I'm just going to check there and make sure I didn't lose anything off the end there. I don't think I did, but I might have, right? So let's see, what have I got on the other side? Well, what I'll do, yeah, this is Carmel's ear stuff, right? Oh, what a pain. All right, so now you're going to see how these things work. I'm going to now make a list. Okay, so that's a paragraph. After the paragraph, now I'm going to do my unordered list. UL, unordered list. And the unordered list is going to stretch all the way from starting there down to the end of the camels, right? So let's say there. That's my unordered list. Now I want to have the indents the same on both of them so it doesn't look too ugly. So it's easier to read, right? And so each of these is going to be a list item. So LI, or line item you might call it. So that's the LI tag at the start. It's the start of the line item. The LI tag at the end is the end of the line item, and it has a slash. And so I'm going to do that again. I'm going to repeat that process. I'm just going to copy and paste, right? Control C. Told you we do a lot of copying and pasting in this. So tab that over, and then Control V. Oh man, it really doesn't like me. So unfortunately, because of the way the editor is working, whenever it sees an LI, it's going to put the other thing on it. So I'm going to have to take that and put them in physically every time. That's all right though. I think that what I have is I have this thing saved in my on my copy board. So I'm just going to paste it on the end of each of these, and so that's going to be the end of my, not there, because that's not the end of that one, right? That doesn't end until here. Okay, and so, but so now I need an LI here, and for sure I'm going to have to delete it. All right, I need a LI here too. So yeah, sure. Still got too many. So be careful with this because your tags have to match up, right? So you can see that that tag starts there, ends there. That one starts there, ends there. Got another one here. Starts and ends there. And trying to do my tabs. keep everything nice and neat so I can see where everything is. And I don't want that many LIs, just one. And now this stuff is all part, oh, I'm in the wrong place before, get in the right place before you start tabbing. Put it underneath because it's all part of the same, and it won't even show up like this. It'll all be part of one thing. It'll just flow in as that works. All right, so I think I've got the start of the yes, so I think that's good. I'm going to save that, Control S, and I'm going to reduce my screen size again and look and see if I've done everything that I'm supposed to. Yeah, I got all that. And okay, so now it says just save that and run it. So I have saved it, but to double check, I'll save it again. Go back to my browser. Did I open? It probably is open with this. This is the same file. I've just edited this, so I'm just going to update, and nothing happens, right? So what happened? Oh, well, that's because I changed it. I saved it as a different file. So yeah, that was weird. All right, so let's go. So we could easily make that mistake. So I didn't. It wasn't template. It's now called Doha Camel. So now we've got it, and we've got our heading at the top. We've got those things. We've got a nice little list, and we've got a copyright at the bottom. And I think that's what it wanted us to do. So I'm going to call it quits at that because I think that we've sort of achieved what we thought we wanted to do. So thank you. Yes.